Hello and welcome. I'm a hotel AI expert with extensive experience in modern hospitality operations and performance support. I am pleased to welcome all of you students from the Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. Today, we're going to dive into something absolutely fundamental, something that can really make or break a hotel's success, its core promise to its guests. We look forward to supporting your professional growth, and trust me, this is a concept you'll need to master.
So let's start with the big question, the one that really gets to the core of it all. Why should a guest choose your hotel instead of the one right next door? I mean, think about it. This question is at the very heart of every single booking decision. And how you answer it, well, that's the real key to success. So today, we're going to break down the strategic tool that helps you craft that perfect answer. It's called the Targeted Value Proposition. All right, so here's how we're going to tackle this. We'll break it down into 5 key sections. We'll start with the why, the heart of guest choice. Then we'll get into understanding priorities, crafting your promise, aligning your team, and finally, we'll put it all together into a blueprint for success. Ready? Let's get started. Okay, let's jump right into section 1. We're talking about the heart of guest choice. And I want to get one thing straight right from the start. A value proposition, it isn't just some fluffy marketing slogan or a nice to have. It's a core, absolutely non-negotiable part of your business strategy. So, what are we really talking about when we say value proposition? It's so much more than a catchy tagline. The best way to think about it is as a strategic promise. It's your clear, concise explanation of the value you're creating for a very specific type of guest. It guides how they see your brand, and ultimately, it's what influences them to hit that book now button. And this is where it gets really interesting. Look at the difference here. On one side, you've got this super generic message, a great hotel for every traveler. Okay, sure, that might create some basic awareness. But on the other side, the quietest rooms for the productive business traveler, see the difference? That's targeted. It speaks directly to a specific person's needs. And that's what creates conviction. It makes them feel like your hotel isn't just an option, it's the only option for them. So if the goal is to be targeted, that brings us right to our next section. You can't just guess what people want. A really powerful value proposition, one that actually works, can't be built on assumptions. It has to, and I mean has to, be rooted in a deep, genuine understanding of what your guests truly actually prioritize. Yeah, check out this quote. It really nails it. Customers evaluate value through their own lens. What does that mean? It means value is totally subjective. It's personal. What one person thinks is an amazing premium benefit, someone else might not care about at all. So our job isn't to just push what we think is great about our hotel, it's to step into their shoes and understand the entire experience through their eyes. And this table illustrates it perfectly. Just look at these different guest segments. You've got the corporate traveler, right? They care about efficiency, reliability, things like seamless check-in and fast Wi-Fi. Then there's the luxury weekender. They're looking for prestige, indulgence, exclusive spa treatments, amazing views. And the family? Totally different priorities. They're thinking about cost and convenience, like kids stay-free deals and a pool. See? Each one is chasing a completely different outcome. Your promise has to be laser-focused on delivering exactly what they value. Okay, so now that we know who we're talking to and what they want, how do we craft a promise that actually connects with them? That's what this next section is all about. We're going to talk about the magic of translating your hotel's features into what really matters, meaningful guest outcomes. This right here, this is the crucial point. It's a fundamental shift in how you think and talk about your hotel. Stop just listing what you have. Instead, you need to start explaining what the guest gets. You have to connect the dots for them. Show them how your amenities solve a problem they have, fulfill a desire, or give them a real advantage. This is such a perfect, simple example of what I mean. On the left, we have soundproof windows. Okay, that's a feature, it's a fact about the building. But look at the right, a guaranteed restful night's sleep before your big meeting. That is an outcome. And let's be honest, the outcome is what the guest is actually buying. Nobody buys windows, they buy a good night's sleep. It's just so much more persuasive because it speaks directly to their goal. All right, now look at this train wreck of a sentence. Leverage our synergistic amenity integration for an optimized stay. Seriously, what does that even mean? Synergistic amenity integration? I mean, come on. That might sound smart in a PowerPoint presentation in some corporate boardroom, but to a potential guest, it means absolutely nothing. It's just confusing jargon. It fails the clarity test, big time. Okay, now let's wipe that from our memories and look at this instead. Everything you need for a perfect stay all in one place. Ah, so much better. It's simple, it's direct, and it's totally focused on the benefit to the guest. This is the kind of clarity that builds confidence, it builds trust, and it's what makes someone feel good about clicking that book button. Never, ever underestimate the power of simplicity. So, this all leads to a really crucial point. A great value proposition isn't something that just lives on your website or in a marketing brochure. It has to be baked into your entire operation. It has to be a guiding principle for every single person on your team. I'm talking everyone from the sales team to the front desk agent who greets the guest, all the way to the housekeeping staff. Think about it like this. It's all about creating a unified guest journey. It starts with your marketing, right? You use that targeted promise to attract the right kind of guest. Then your sales or reservations team engages them with that exact same consistent message. And finally, and this is the most important part, your on-property teams deliver an experience that lives up to that promise at every single touch point. It's a chain, and every link has to be strong.
And that consistency, wow, it is everything. Because if there's a disconnect, if what a guest sees in an ad doesn't match what they experience when they walk through your doors, it creates uncertainty. It breaks trust. But when you nail that coherent experience, you ensure their expectations are met or even exceeded. And that is the absolute foundation of guest loyalty.
Which brings us to our final section, where we tie this all together. Because mastering your value proposition isn't just about crafting clever marketing messages. It really is the blueprint for long-term sustainable success.
So what's the payoff? Well, it's huge. When you can consistently deliver on a clear promise, the positive business results just naturally follow. You're going to see higher conversion rates, for sure. You're going to build stronger relationships with your guests. Your brand's reputation is going to get a major boost. And all of that adds up to one thing: real long-term growth.
But here's a word of warning. This is not a set it and forget it kind of thing. Your value proposition needs to be a living, breathing strategy. Why? Because customer needs change. The market changes. What was relevant last year might not be next year. So you have to be adaptable. That means you are always listening, always gathering feedback, and always willing to tweak and refine your message to make sure you stay relevant. So let's bring it all home. Ultimately, your value proposition is that essential link, that strategic bridge between really understanding your guests on one side and flawlessly executing your promise on the other. It's the framework that empowers your entire team to connect with guests in a way that's not just consistent, but truly relevant and persuasive.
So I'm going to leave you with this one final question to think about. As you go forward in your amazing careers in hospitality, this is the question that will help you stand out, that will help you win. What story will your value proposition tell? What unique promise will you make? And most importantly, how will that story create truly unforgettable experiences for your guests?